if your mind is not your enemy and it has simply been trained in the wrong direction. For the next few minutes, I want you to imagine this. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you repeatedly plant grows. For years, most of us have been watering self-doubt, fear, procrastination, comparison, and old beliefs like I'm not good enough or people like me do not succeed. But the beautiful thing about the human brain is this. It is rewritable. Science calls it neuroplasticity, which means new thoughts can become new wiring and new wiring can become new behavior. And in this video, I will show you how to begin reprogramming your mind for success in just 21 days. Simple habits, no pressure, no perfection, just small repetitive actions. Stay with me till the end because this is not motivation, this is method. Let us start with a little science spoken in very simple language. Your brain is not a stone. It is more like a clay. Neuroscience shows that the brain changes structure based on repeated thought patterns and behavior. This concept is called neuroplasticity. There is also something called Hebb's law. It says neurons that fire together wire together. Meaning, if you constantly think I fail, your brain literally becomes better at thinking that thought. On the other hand, if you repeatedly think, speak, imagine, and act on success-based thoughts like I'm capable of learning this or I can take small steps today, your brain strengthens these neural pathways. That is why affirmations alone do not work if you do not feel or act in alignment with them. Your brain rewires through three things: repetition, emotion, action. There is a popular belief that it takes exactly 21 days to build a habit. Science actually says it can take anywhere between 18 and 254 days depending on the person and his or her behavior. So why 21 days? Because 21 days is psychologically friendly. Your brain likes small commitments. A 21-day reset is long enough to feel change and short enough to not feel scary. Consider it a jump start to a deeper transformation. So we are not promising magic in 21 days, we are promising momentum. And momentum is often the difference between staying stuck and changing your life. We will divide 21 days into 3 phases. Week 1 is for awareness, week 2 is for rewriting, and week 3 is for embodiment. Each week focuses on one psychological mechanism backed by research. You do not have to be perfect, you just have to be consistent enough. Week 1. Awareness rewires your autopilot. In the first 7 days, you're not forcing change, you're just observing. Most of our lives are lived on autopilot. The brain uses something called automatic negative thoughts that run below your conscious awareness. This is handled by neural networks that try to save energy by repeating familiar patterns even if they hurt you. So your job for first week is simple. Just notice. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I always miss things, I cannot do this, good things do not happen to me, pause. Literally say in your mind, got you. You can write it in a notes app or even a journal. What triggered this thought, what you felt, and what you did afterward. This is called cognitive awareness. In psychology, this is the first step in cognitive behavioral therapy, where people learn to catch thinking traps before they control their behavior. By the end of week 1, you will begin to see patterns. Maybe your self-doubt triggers at work. Maybe it comes from comparison on social media. Maybe it comes when you think about your dreams. Do not judge yourself. Just watch. It's just a simple task for week 1. Just pay attention to your thoughts. When you become aware, you are already reprogramming. Because what was unconscious is now conscious. That is power. Week 2, rewriting the mental script. Now comes the second set of 7 days. Here, we replace automatic negative thoughts with intentional ones. This is definitely not toxic positivity. This is cognitive restructuring. When the brain repeats something often, it begins to believe it. That is how your old beliefs formed. So we are now going to gently teach the brain a new story. Here is the method. Step 1, catch that negative thought. Now you're aware, like now you're paying attention. Now you've practiced for the first 7 days how to notice, right? So catch the negative thought. Step 2, question it. Step 3, rewrite it into something realistic as well as empowering. Say for example, I catch a thought, I always fail. Now I ask myself, is it true that I always fail? And then I change that thought to, I have failed before, but I have also succeeded. I'm learning. Another example could be, I catch myself thinking, I'm not confident. Now I rewire myself saying, I'm learning confidence through action. Another example could be, I catch myself saying, I can't change. I don't want to change or I can't change. I tell myself, change is uncomfortable, but my brain is capable of rewiring. Over time, the brain builds new neural highways. Research in psychotherapy shows that repeated reframing can physically change emotional response and patterns in the brain. To make this more powerful, speak your rewritten thought out loud. Your brain responds differently when the brain hears your own voice. Even more powerful, feel it in your body. Take a breath, let the new thought sink in. This is emotional integration. Then comes the last set of 7 days, week 3, embodying success through action. Now, your brain truly rewires when thought meets action. Without action, the brain treats new beliefs as imagination only. Now, this week, I want you to practice something simple called tiny wins. Do not try to change your entire life in 7 days. Choose one area, simple. It could be health, it could be your studies, it could be your finance or content creation or self-confidence. Now ask, what is one tiny action that represents the successful version of me? Examples could be walking 10 minutes daily, or writing for 5 minutes, or filming one clip a day, or sending that one email, or learning one new thing. When you do this tiny action, your brain releases a small amount of dopamine. Dopamine is not just a pleasure chemical, it is the motivation and learning chemical. It tells your brain, this behavior matters, repeat it. This is how identity forms. You go from, I want to be disciplined, to, I'm someone who keeps small promises to myself. Action rewires identity. Identity rewires behavior. This is the science loop of success. Here is a bonus technique that research supports. Right before sleep, the brain shifts into slower brain waves where the subconscious is more open. So this is when memory consolidation happens. So what you feed your mind before sleep goes deeper. For the next 21 days, try this. Before sleeping, tell yourself gently, I'm safe, I'm capable of growing, my life is allowed to get better, I deserve peace and success. You can visualize your future self living the life you want. Studies on mental rehearsal show that the brain activates similar regions when imagination and when actually performing an action. So imagine, but feel it. Not desperate, not forcing, just one day this version of me will be real. Let us be honest. You might miss a day, or 2, or 3. Your brain will say, see, you cannot change. Please remember this one line. If you want, keep rewatching this video or do whatever it takes, but remember this one line. Missing a day does not break the process. Self-hatred does. If you fall, restart gently. Success is not built by perfection. It is built by returning, redoing, rebuilding. You are allowed to be human and still become extraordinary. If you are here, listening till this point, you already have something very rare. That is, you are willing to grow. Reprogramming your mind is not about becoming a different person. It is about removing what you were never meant to carry. Fear, shame, old stories, voices that were not even yours. Your brain is capable of incredible transformation. Your life is not stuck. Your story is still unfolding. If you want, we can do this journey together. you can subscribe not for numbers but to stay in a space that reminds you of your own strength, softness, and potential. I'm building a cozy corner on the internet where growth feels safe and warm. Come back and tell me after 21 days what changed for you. I'm rooting for you.